Hey everyone, I'm Rachel. I have hamsters and I'm coming at you today in a kind of a different situation. If you notice, maybe my sounds a little different. I'm trying a different mic out this time, different setup, and part of it is that I'm a little bit on location. I'm not really on location. I'm just on the floor in my hamster room. And I also wanted to try to mix up my sound situation and try to improve the sound of my podcast. And I also wanted to just experiment and like see what kind of different stuff I can do with this podcast. So today I'm going to do an unboxing, which I know is super strange. Like, who does an audio unboxing? Okay, I do listen to a lot of NPR. I've always been like an audio nut, kind of. Like when I was a little kid, I listened to a lot of audiobooks. I still listen to a lot of audiobooks. I love audio things. I don't know what it is about it. I think I just like really like getting information through sound and connecting through sound. Yeah, I could go on and on about it. But I thought it's kind of an interesting thing to hear the sounds, and I'll tell you about what I'm getting. And I'm also going to do a blog post, so you will get to see everything as well. So it won't just be a weird, hey, I'm just going to tell you what I got, but I'm not really going to show you. So this box I got from Tafit Pet. They are a Chinese brand, and they're just now expanding into the U.S. market. So like Nate Angel or Bukastad, who are also Chinese brands, so this brand is now selling on Amazon. And they sent me a box of goodies to try out and give my feedback on, and so I'm gonna open it with you guys and tell you what I think. And but just full disclosure, they didn't pay me to do any sort of social media or anything around that. I'm just opening it for you, and I'll be honest with my opinions. And I'm really excited to have all this stuff because I do now have 7 hamsters, and I'm a little bit. I mean, do have a lot of hamster stuff. I'm not gonna lie, but I do feel like there's some hamsters that could use a little more enrichment. I have one hamster, Peggy, who keeps kicking her sand out of her sand bath, so I need to get her some sort of covered situation. I'm hoping that maybe they sent me something like that. And then I have Miles, the spinning roborovski hamster, who I need to update his enclosure and just make it a lot more enriching. It's not bad right now, but it's sort of like I know I could do better. So yeah, I'm hoping that I got some stuff for Miles, maybe some things for Ella. Did I say Peggy? It was Ella. All right, here we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm going to keep the box away from the mic so it's not annoying. Okay, so I will say this is a big box. It's like, I don't know, 12, it's like 8, I don't know, 2 feet by 3 feet almost. That's an overstatement. It's like 2 feet by 18 inches, let's say. So pretty solid. All right, a little list of things here. Oh my gosh, so many exciting things. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so first I got this Tafit Small Pets vacuum water bottle. And I think by vacuum, I don't know what they mean by vacuum. Wow, it's very sleek. It's like this circle, and oh, very nice. It doesn't have a, oh, this is interesting. This is maybe what they mean by vacuum. It does not have a, I don't even know how you open it, to be honest. Maybe it just goes through the, so, oh, it just comes off. It does not have a ball in the straw, so it's, I guess it just is like sort of like those plant bulbs. Have you ever seen those where it's like a very tiny opening? You put water in it, then you flip it upside down, and it slowly waters. Maybe this is kind of like that. Be really interesting to try out. My one thing about the water bottles with balls, the balls can get stuck, which is the liability, which is why I always say, and I always keep a bowl and a water bottle in my hamsters' enclosures. Of course, there are always hamsters who refuse to use one or the other. I have multiple hamsters like that. It's either a preference or they just won't. Like Maurice just won't use a water bottle. I think if I gave him one, he would just, I think he would just die of dehydration. So hamsters are funny. But anyway, very exciting. And then the attachment, it looks like it's kind of made for a bar attachment. But I wonder if I could, you know what, I do have I have a stand from Night Angel and I don't have a bottle, so I wonder if this would work with that. So I'm going to try that out. I will be posting photos, of course, on my blog of everything, so you'll get to see. Okay, the next one is, let's see here, we have a small ceramic food bowl. So if you follow me, you probably know I don't use a ton of food bowls for my hamsters. I do use them for wet items, but not for dry. I think there's reasons that you might use a food bowl. I'm going to open this off camera so it's not quite so loud. Oh wow, this is big. It's so big, it's like basically a sand, it's probably like 5 inches in diameter. You could use this as a sand bath. It looks like a little pot of honey. It'd be a really cute little sand bath, actually. And maybe I will use this as a sand bath. So cute. Or maybe in my my playpen. Yeah, this is really adorable. You know, everybody's different. Oh, it would be good for a Syrian hamster. This is a very big bowl. For dwarf hamsters, I think this is way too big for a food bowl. I think my robos might even have trouble like getting in and out of this. So I would have to give them like a little ladder or step up. But I do use little plates for wet food, yeah, and those work great. I usually use something like a tiny sushi plate. You can find those all over, but on Amazon as well, and I have some links to them on my website. If you're looking, if you go to the food page, that's where I have some links to my favorite little tiny plates that I use for my dwarf hamsters. And of course, I'm talking dwarf hamsters. I only have dwarf hamsters. You know, I love all hamsters, but my feedback is really dwarf specific. And I do that because I think there's lots of people who have Syrian hamsters who do great content about Syrian hamsters. And I don't feel like there's enough people with dwarf hamsters. And dwarf hamsters in the United States are really the ones who are in shelters a lot, particularly in the LA area. So those are the hamsters I focus on. And yeah, I just love them. I love their tiny little bodies and their cute little faces and their sassiness. Anyway, so that was the what was it? The small animal ceramic food bowl. I honestly, it could be like, this is a size you could use for a rabbit or a cat even. I mean, it's pretty generous. But I think I'll probably use it as a little sand bath, like just a little petite corner sand bath. Sometimes I like providing more than one sand bath for my hamsters. Actually, a lot of times I do that. It's nice to have little things tucked around. You could also use this to put some like another texture in, like coconut fiber for digging, you know, etc. Or maybe even growing grass in it. It's a good size for that. So lots of things I can do with that. All right, so next, okay, so I got these wooden hideouts. I'm really excited about this, and this I'm gonna give to Miles because I think he needs some stuff. So these are these like little wooden hideouts, and they look like little rooms. So it's like kind of a few pieces. This is like a single one, and then I have like a double where it's sort of a tunnel down, and it looks like a living room. So cute, so exciting. Really excited about that one. And when they reached out and they said, "Oh, you're interested in anything?" I was like, that's the thing I really want because it's so cute. So yeah, I have a living room. I have this one that's sort of like I don't know, like another piece to the living room. Like there's a window and a library. Oh, it's called study room. I didn't realize these had labels. Wait, what's this one? This one is also study room. It looks kind of like a bedroom. I would say it's a bedroom. And this one is more like a library. And then there's another one that is more like a living room. So that's going to be super fun. Okay. And these, like, I've always wanted one of these. I think, gosh, I'm forgetting the name of that brand. I have a bunch of their stuff here on Etsy. Let me see if I have something here. What is it called? There's an Etsy brand that also makes these sort of items where it's sort of like kind of a living room. It's sort of like a peep shed from Night Angel, but just like a little bit more elaborate. And it comes with a a tunnel to dig down to, or you often see it with with like a wooden access ramp. And that's great for just getting your hamsters to start burrowing. You know, I used to really worry about hamsters like burrowing, and I remember when I first had my two robos, Sophia and Steven, be like, oh, why aren't they burrowing? You know, I would try to put tunnels into into the bedding, and then I realized you just got to give them time. They do their own thing. Some hamsters go right to the bottom right away, and some don't. I mean, I have my one dwarf hamster, Dexter. He has tons of bedding in his cage, but you know where he hangs out? He hangs out in the little ceramic strawberry that's inside of his coconut soil. He's not burrowing. He's more of a gatherer, and he's just a little funky, quirky guy. He likes to lay flat underneath his wheel and take naps. Every hamster is different. I don't think it's worth stressing about what their behavior is. As long as they seem happy and healthy, let them do their thing. But yeah, I've always wanted one of these things, and they are very cute. So, okay, I now have, this is the Tafit, what is it called? It's Honey Pot Sand Bathroom. Okay, so it's sort of matching that Honey Pot food bowl, but this one is sort of like a little bit sideways. Let me move this way. Not quite so loud for you guys. Ugh. Everything is packed in styrofoam. Okay, I don't think I can open that without like breaking apart the styrofoam and making a mess. But it's very cute, yes. And I actually think I will use this for Ella. All right, Ella, you're getting an upgrade. I tend to use more like flat open sand baths for my hamsters. You know, robos and dwarfs, especially robos, they will like do everything in a sand bath. I try to give them more than one if I can. They'll sleep in there. They'll sleep in the little jar. They eat. They bring their food in there. They chew. So I find those kind of like really small sand baths to be quite like unuseful for dwarf hamsters. But I do think it's like, oh, it's a nice like alternative. Like, oh, they have their main sand bath, then maybe they'll have another one in the corner. And sometimes one of them is like the one they go to the bathroom in, and the other one is like where they do, you know, their thinking in. With Ella, because she keeps, every time I give her a sand bath, she kicks all the sand out, and she's looking oily because she, like the sand is everywhere, and I kind of at a loss of how to control this. So I think I'm gonna have to buy her a covered sand bath, but this might be a good solution, at least because it's like a narrower opening. I don't know what to do about that. The other option that I might do with her is just put the sand on the bottom, or maybe like move it, like I had it up on a platform, but maybe I need to move it to the bottom of the enclosure. I like having it in a container because then I can take it out and clean it. It's just easy. Once you put it in their bin or in their enclosure, cleaning it is quite difficult. And sand, it's like, oh, sand is hard to deal with. Okay, oh yeah, so that's the other part of the hamster house. My legs are falling asleep here. Okay. Oh, here is the water bottle holder. So, okay, you know how I was like, I don't know how to mount this water bottle holder? Well, it comes with one, so it just was packaged separately. It's very sleek. It's like a round circle. I don't know if I said that, but it's like extremely futuristic. Very cool. And then they sent me some of their paper bedding. It kind of looks like popcorn. It's like white and yellow. It's very cute. I tend not to go for colored. It goes with the honey, I would say. That's probably like a theme they're going with. I tend not to go with colored bedding. I usually just do white just because it's easy to see, you know, whatever's going on. Or even sometimes there's blood. I mean, I think white is great to make sure your hamsters are healthy, but this is minimal yellow, and it is just kind of cute and festive, and I could have more fun, couldn't I? And then lastly, they sent me a wheel, and this is the, let's see, did I have it? I got the pink one, because I don't have much in pink, and I figured, why not? For some reason, I had this little pink Nightingale Clouds wheel, and I got rid of it. I don't know why. Well, I was trying to downsize, and I gave it to someone locally who had a hamster, and now I regret it. Of course I do. Oh my gosh, sorry. It's hard to get this out. Okay, so what size did I get? It's written 22 centimeters. Off the top of my head, I don't know what size that is. I think I asked. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's like kind of like 8 and it looks like it's about 9 inches. So it's a good size. I think I got this because I have so many robos, and the robos, they're like little tiny robos, and they just seem to, I find my robos do well between 8 to 10 inches is typical. Some obviously like bigger wheels, but this is really cute. It's like pink, but also it's like sort of a matte pink. I like the way it feels. It's just like a really smooth, sort of like very kind of like jelly. Yeah, it's nice. It's very different from all the other wheels I have. Very different from, yeah, because pretty much all the wheels I have are very naturalistic looking, you know, or they're like clear acrylic, you know, so kind of still fitting in with the naturalistic theme. Like this is like a pink, solid pink wheel, which is very different for me, but I sort of like it. It's interesting, and I thought it'd be fun in a playpen, and yeah, we'll see how my hamsters like it. It has little ridges, sort of like the super silent wheel from Night Angel. I think I like those. I think it's like enough traction, not too much. You know, every hamster's different, and you just have to monitor them. I've had hamsters who had, well, one in particular, Steven, got bumblefoot in his older age, and I had to switch him to a cork-lined wheel, and that was just, you know, I don't think inherently there's anything wrong with the little ridges. Hamsters are just delicate, you know, and sometimes they need a little TLC, just like us. So that is the package from Tafit. I now have a mess. Okay, I'm going to put this wheel down. So, my other updates, I did just want to chat with you guys for a sec. Let's see here. So, you know, I took Miles to the doctor about his spinning. That's my robo. The doc got back to me. She looked up some stuff, and she just confirmed that, yeah, she thinks it's just an OCD kind of thing, and that she encouraged me to make his enclosure as complicated as possible, and also to try to mix things up as much as possible. So I'm going to be doing work on Miles's enclosure here and upgrading him and just seeing what I can do to make his world more exciting. I have been trying. I wanted to try to get him out of his enclosure and see if I can bring him to the playpen. I thought that might help, but he is very skittish. So the last few nights I've seen him, I think it's a big step up that he doesn't run away when I'm there, but I couldn't get him to go in a cup. So I'll have to keep working on that. I also got a huge shipment of, what is that called? Oakwood Forest. I'm super excited about that. I was kind of motivated to do that because of Miles, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to get tons of sprays. I love Oakwood Forest. If you haven't shopped sprays before from them, I highly recommend them. It's just great quality. And what I do is I just buy, like, I think I got five boxes, but I have 7 hamsters. So, because, you know, you're going to pay for shipping anyway from the Netherlands, so might as well stock up. And I got 2 flower mixes. I got a wild spray box, and then 2 of the original spray boxes. And I'm really excited to put them to use. The one thing I haven't figured out is red amaranth. It's that like purpley flower. I've seen other hamster owners use it. It's very prickly, and it like kind of pokes your fingers. So I've never used it actually, because I've always been afraid that I'm going to cause injury to my hamster. If you've used it before, I'd love your thoughts on this. Is it just that hamsters have smaller paws and can avoid injury? I don't really know. So if you have any thoughts, let me know. I haven't decided if I'm going to let them use that particular spray yet, but it's just like one little spray, and then, you know, it's not a huge thing. Other news, Maurice, I know I said I had brought him to the doctor, and he was losing weight. He lost a ton of weight. He was eating baby food. kind of slowed down on that recently, and I just was like, I don't know what to do for this guy. So then I remembered for my hamsters, Laverne and Shirley, I had to grind up food for them. Shirley seemingly like didn't have top teeth, but Laverne totally had teeth. I think it's just like her strength. I honestly don't really know. And I wonder if this is just a elderly dwarf hamster problem. Like they're not as good at chewing. Maurice has never been a big chewer in general. And I don't know if that's related. But anyway, I do have another appointment for him. We're going to look more deeply at his teeth with the vet. He's very skittish. I should try to just pick him up. I'm kind of like, I let my hamsters, like, I don't, I'll put them in a cup, but I don't really usually scruff them. I need to get better at doing that. But I feel like it's just kind of traumatic for both of us. But I do look carefully at him while he's eating. I can't see any problem with his teeth. But I'm going to bring him back to the vet and we'll take a look and see if there's something else going on. But in the meantime, I started grinding up hard food for him, and that has been wildly successful. So he's been eating ground up tofu, ground up sunflower seeds, ground up Missouri lab blocks. What else have I ground up? Flax seeds, peanuts. I'm just keep grinding whatever I can find that will be, anything that's deshelled, basically. I can grind up. And I have this like mini Cuisinart. It's so cute and it's perfect. It like works great at just like a little amount. And then I just keep it in jars and feed it to him, and it's been fab. It's been great to see him eating again, and he's been coming out more. So that's good. If he can come out, maybe I thought that I would get closer to him. With Laverne and Shirley, I was able to establish like a really good relationship with them, so I could pick them up and hold them and like kind of pull back their faces so I could look at their mouths. Maurice, he's just so shy. I haven't really been able to get that close with him. So I don't know what's going on with that guy, but we will find out. And other things going on. Little Fred. So Little Fred is my other Pet Supplies Plus hamster. He was there for over a year. He's like a red-haired dwarf hamster, a big guy. I noticed he hadn't been running as much lately, and then I saw him out like a couple days ago, and he was drinking water, and then he just sat there and sort of breathed heavily. So to the doctor he goes. I'm taking him tonight at 5:30. I know, strange time, but that's what they had. And we will see what's going on with little Fred. Hopefully I don't know, I know that I got him. He was probably a year and 3 months already. So when was that, January? I mean, he's probably a year and a half at this point. He's definitely in the kind of elderly hamster range. So, I want him to have the best life he can and what time he has remaining. And it's unfortunately that he, already has a health issue, but I hope he's enjoyed his time with me so far. It's nice to see him exploring his cage. And, at first he really loved that big wheel, so I'm glad that I got him out of there, if only for a few months. So we'll see. So I think that's all that's going on in my hamster world. If you haven't done Bukastat, if you haven't done their wheel survey, I recommend that you do. Apparently they are debating not selling wheels anymore because they don't have I don't know actually why, which makes me sad because I love Bukastat. There's so few good hamster products. It's getting better in the U.S. market, and they're one of the great brands, and I would hate to see them stop producing stuff. It also makes me want to buy, they have that donut wheel, which I have no need for another wheel really, but I might have to buy it because I don't know, what if they stop making it? I've noticed that Night Angel also has sort of pulled back from a lot of their products. They used to have a lot of wooden hides, like really cute, like this wooden elephant and like wooden ladybug and wooden mushroom, and they don't have any of that stuff anymore. And Bukastat kind of swung in, and they have a bunch of really cute hides. They've got this castle that you can put a cooler in, and I feel like Bukastat really sort of like showed up right as Night Angel kind of started to pull away a little bit, and I hope I hope the U.S. market can continue to support them. I mean, the big thing is I wish they could be in local pet stores like PetSmart, Petco. I mean, I think if, can you imagine if like actually good wheels were for sale at those stores? I mean, the wheels that they sell are not more expensive than the ones in the pet stores. It's just they're better quality, they're larger. It's not quite what people typically expect for a hamster. It would be so great to see them do that, and I don't know what that entails, and I'm sure it's nearly impossible. But I think that would make a big difference in sort of awareness of good hamster care. Just having good hamster products visibly available at pet stores would be huge, right? Yeah, I have this dream of opening up like a hamster experience store where it's like, you know, I have all these great hamster products, like, you know, from Night Angel and Bukastad, and I can have Tafit and, you know, and like good hamster cages and also, you know, hamsters that are looking for homes, you know, like adopting hamsters or ethically bred hamsters. And also just sort of like, you know, instead of having the store rely on selling stuff, like maybe it also is a cafe, and maybe you can, you know, maybe we could have a back room where there are hamsters, where it's like quiet, but you can like go and look at them as long as you don't make noise and the lights are dimmer. And, you know, or maybe there could be like little like hamster education talks or like hamster meetups, hamster old thing exchanges, you know, oh, I'm not using this wheel anymore, but I need this. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? I don't know if that's a business model that could like really exist, but maybe. Okay, if I won the Powerball, that is what I would do with that money. I would just, and then I would be like, I don't care. I don't care if it's successful financially. This is just what I want to do. Anyway, so I hope you guys are all having a great hamster week. I hope you saw the eclipse if you are in its path. And yeah, let me know what's going on in your world. Let me know what you thought of this unboxing. This very strange unboxing. And yeah, you can always email me, rachelgothamsters@gmail.com, or you can comment on the video or on the podcast, you know, the usual. All right, see you guys later. Bye.